They had 3 players get their first career starts on a tackle in the same game in that win over Siena Core. One of those guys, and he comes through in a big way. Once again, he had 2 goals in that opener, make it 3 on the season now. But Monmouth wins the ensuing draw, and we'll get a look.
And look, easy shooting on the run, so smooth. And yeah, a lot of young talent on this BU roster with a number of players graduating last season, and so far, so good.
Rooney, a fantastic football player at Lawrenceville High School as well. Gets a lot of his Gabe Bowen slot, definitely leads. Says he's a tough, mean, athletic guy, really found a home, transferring over from Denver last year with this squad. Found out who he is. He said he's our biggest competitor. Trying to lead a group with Lance Martineau. Miles Edmondson as well. But right now, it's a corner. Second of the first quarter for Core. Face-off violation on the Hawks. Landon Parker, the guilty party, and with the new face coming off that deflection on the pass, he just saw an open lane there, decided to pull the trigger from the outside. Lefty cannon from Gorman finally gets Monmouth on the board. And a big face-off win gets another offensive possession, but can they save it on a bad pass? No. Bad possessions, and they took advantage.
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, such an explosive first quarter offensively for the Terriers, but, they're able to get multiple people involved, so, it's not like they were relying on one guy offensively and the Hawks can just kind of key in on them. The Terriers, like I said, getting a lot of people involved, so, it's kind of hard for Monmouth to exactly decide how to adjust when BU's been so unpredictable offensively.
The second quarter between BU and Monmouth, and in case you need any more motivation, make sure you stick around for halftime. A look at the Patriot League top plays of the week. Terriers and Hawks still got about 7.5 to go. Here in the second frame, long loose ball following that face-off. Nobody can find possession still. A couple of substitutions come on. Finally, battle won by the Hawks, but they're in a crowd. O'Connell falling down, gets it to go. Jimmy O'Connell, somebody that Coach Poley says is the leader of the offense. He was on the outside looking in the last couple of years. He played second line on midfield. He was part of the man-up unit as well, but finally getting his chance this season. He's the voice the guys listen to on that end of the field. Has his second goal of the day.
Really impressive efforts like that, and big hustle plays and individual plays, and yeah, I mean, we'll see if that can swing the momentum in this matchup.
Is the Thompson brothers, they kind of made that move famous a couple years ago, diving from behind it.
Core kind of filling in where they left off with those guys.
Core had 8 career goals coming in. He's got 4 already in the first half. Not. The D-mid life we could never imagine. But nothing is too deep. It's off the bench as a sophomore, and now as a junior, starting in both games, and 5 goals on the board today against Monmouth.
Yeah, and looking like it's going to be his big breakout season this year with the way he's dominated in the early goings.
Below the hip.
Yeah, he gave him a little bit of a stare down there after the shot. There was some late contact.
Again, Pape didn't play in that opener against Siena. Been putting some solid work in at practice in the running for the second line. Consistent role in the midfield for the Terriers. That will certainly help. Chester wins the ground ball for the Hawks. Oh, what a save on the end line.
I've noticed also the second half, Monmouth, their pace offensively has been a lot faster. You know, trying to catch BU off guard a little bit. And, I mean, they've looked a lot more comfortable offensively here in the early goings of the second half.
Oh, the 10-man ride is set up to try to get those long passes over the top so you can get quite for the Terriers. You are loving every second of this today. 12-3 so far against Monmouth. Again, the first ever meeting between these two, and a couple of out-of-town scores for you along the way. Really good slate in the CAA and the Patriot League. Elsewhere around the country, it's going to be a fight in both conferences this year. A lot of teams that have a ton of... All three members of this attack unit have at least 4 points on the afternoon. And another dominant quarter comes to a close for BU. They push.
You know, getting locked in. It's almost like, you know, a backup quarterback coming into the game off the bench partway through.
Sean catching fourth goal of the day for the Hawks. And now BU going quick the other way. Save made by Heller.
For Monmouth, able to get back to the sideline under his own power. The way he went down awkwardly, it initially looked like it might be a very serious injury.
Diane Kostes and Landon Parker still fighting it out at the faceoff dot. Parker wins the battle. Pokes it forward for Gavin Seaman.
Being in position and then executing. And yeah, great work by Perazzo, you know, creating that play, setting up the opportunity. Give Monmouth credit also. I mean, with the way things went in the first half, they've looked a lot crisper here in the second half. They came out to level, wanted to try out the Patriot League.
Getting it done today. Face-off violation whistled against the Hawks. Keeps it upstairs and finds its way home. Second goal of the day for Rooney. And
you mentioned a high point transfer from Crofton, Maryland. I always like to see my fellow Marylanders doing well out there. And Maryland's such a lacrosse hotbed.
And Landon Parker wins it right back for the Hawks. But again, despite